What's up, shot callers? Happy Thursday. We have a special guest on tonight, Miss Kiki Petty. And before I introduce her, let's go ahead and start off with sharing some wins. Tell us something good, whether it's a personal win, if you want to shout out a teammate for something, just tell us something good. Don't all go at once.
I'm gonna welcome
Hello.
Cecilia to her first call right
Oh,
now. We were meeting with her.
Oh,
Oh wow,
yes.
it's so damn
Welcome,
green.
Cecilia's first Zoom.
thank
Anybody
you.
else brand new on here? First timers? Deanna? Yes, hi. Anybody else brand new?
Alex is new. Her name says Samsung, but it's her first time, and she's already got two
You've been
sales,
getting,
and she just
yes.
Hey,
partnered.
I saw the elephants, Alex, and I love your name. That's awesome. Well, welcome. Anybody else new? Jonathan, I know you're brand new.
Yep.
Welcome to the
I'm there.
team. Uh, I gotta mute some people. Some people are okay. All right. So who would like to? I saw Giselle. You wanted to share a win. Go for it.
Well, I my first win is I'm happy to be alive today. No, literally. And so this is not like a win for me, but like an encouragement. I challenged myself with something and I'm so excited. It's been working, but I challenged myself to reach out to every single one of my clients. My goal this month was to have every one of my clients be on one or two more peptides than just tirzepatide. And I will say probably all of my clients, but maybe two, are on more than like three or four. So that was super exciting, and it just allowed me to be able to, I don't know how you guys work it, but I know when someone is interested, regardless of how they ask the question, I'm always asking, what is your goal weight? But not only that, like, what is your goal longevity wise? And so when I ask the longevity question, that ties it back to, introducing the other peptides. So that is going good, and I'm excited, but I'm
Okay.
so blessed to be here. Thank you.
Wait. So I have a couple questions on that. So, because yes, we were on the phone yesterday, and you were like, "I almost have." And guys, she had. I think you ended what, like 8,000 PV last month. So she's got a lot of customers, and the fact that you were able to get them all, upselling them on multiple peptides, that's really great. So, what is obviously your, like you said, you asked the questions up front, but like, what's your approach when you're looking at your list and you're like, okay, this person's only on tirzepatide? You reach out and are you like, hey, I remember when we first talked, you mentioned that you are looking for some help with your hormones or energy, or do you check in with them right then and there and ask them for updates?
So my check-in is like throughout, and mine may be a little excessive, but not like overbearing. But I know, so like I know that they're feeling tired or fatigued, and instead of like most people, if they're feeling fatigued, they bring it as a negative just because that's really all they know. But I definitely encourage to like normalize it, and like we can overcome it. And one of those things is, starting NAD plus. Obviously, like youth in a bottle, I share, that I'm 51 and we don't have to define, our age on how we're growing, like thankful for the years, but really based on if I know, like I have a couple of people that are scheduled for surgery and their surgery is not till like 2 months. So they were like, well, what? I'm like, what the heck? I mean, I canceled the neck surgery and didn't need it. So BPC 157, can help you through this. And what if is that you get to cancel it? So really like speaking to their, dang it, I forgot the feel touch. Why do I always forget this when I
Feel
talk
felt
about it? Wait.
found?
Yes, really speaking to like their situation. So it doesn't really feel like I'm upselling them and charging them, but I'm also in the mindset too that when someone feels like, because I feel like a lot of the times they start out with, like I only have to lose 10 or 15 pounds, like I did. Like I saw this my stomach fat and I'm like, oh, I only need to lose 10 pounds, and I've lost 46 pounds now. So my body knew better than I did. But then once they lose the weight, Some are not even thinking about microdosing, but then other than that, they're not thinking about the longevity that even if they don't decide to microdose, which all mine are microdosing, thank goodness, if they're still not on the full weight loss, but that they're thinking of other peptides because there's a pep for everything. It's just like
Yeah.
what your body needs. So definitely relationship building. And I mean, I always say that, but
Love it.
because I feel like if we tell them, like, hey, what have you ever thought about NAD? They're gonna ask like, oh, well, what does that do, and why do you think I need it? And so we can just be, prepared to tell them like why I specifically think you need it and why it would help you.
Love it. Love that. So everybody make that your challenge too. Get your clients because there's just so many other benefits to peptides beyond just the weight loss, So open their eyes. A lot of us have had our eyes open. I know I came into this world just thinking tirzepatide weight loss shot. Now we're on freaking a mortgage payment of freaking peptides over here. So I'm like, okay, so people will when something actually works, they will pay for it. They will find a way. They'll cut back elsewhere to be able to afford to have that energy, to have the skin glow, the pain reduced. So love it, love it, love it. Okay. Who else would like to share a win with us?
I'll share real fast. I just want to say, so yes, Alex, girl, you got your sales, brand new, literally first day in. So proud of her. And then also I want to shout out my girl Annie. I don't know if she's on here, but she hit advanced manager. She's working for senior manager this month, hopeful for director before convention, which I'm sure that can happen. But yeah, no, and then Miss Laura, that's one other person I got to shout out to because she has been popping off this week. She has gotten so many sales, and I'm just so freaking proud of you. And then of course Neva. I mean, Neva, I think you're just I hope you just know that you're always, like I feel like you're just always killing it. You're growing your team, you're a director now. And one thing I did want to actually say is that it was just a few days ago, she said to me, so like she hit director like at the last skinny minute of last month, okay? She hit director already this month, like just a couple days ago, which is
Wow.
so amazing, just to see that progression. Knowing just really to see the growth and like that is just so evident and just a little toot my own horn. I'm like literally 5,000 away by the end of the month from executive director. So that's it. That
huge.
I'll drop the mic there. But no, yeah, that's
I'm
it for
so proud of you, Des.
That's a
thank
really,
you.
really big deal. That's a really big deal.
Thank
So
you.
yes, love it. Your team's doing amazing. Okay, let's take one or two more. Anybody have a burning win to share with us? Nobody? Wow, normally I can't get you guys to stop. It's always so
If nobody's
many.
gonna shout out, I'll put an announcement out about our physical marketing materials, our little trifold pamphlets. We were kind of limited to just those med spa ones, but we have two additional ones coming first, just brand partners that aren't specifically tied to med spas or chiropractors. And then we have a client trifold one that's just geared towards the products. So the ones that we had in the chat before, if you weren't giving it to a med spa, then you're basically targeting nobody because it's talking about overhead and it's talking about licensure and whatnot. But now we just have one specifically for clients. If you set up a booth somewhere, that's a good one to have. And then we have one that's just for brand partners that aren't necessarily in the medical field. So those are going to drop in the chat right after this. And yeah, it's just going to be plug and play. So it's going to be a Canva template. Make sure you update the QR code because mine's on there. So if anybody scans it, they're gonna get mine. So make sure you update and put yours on there, along with the email and the Instagram handle and whatnot.
Love it. Yeah, the only other thing is get your asses to convention. Like there's still a few more weeks left to get your ticket for convention. If you're brand new, like Cecilia, I'm looking at you. It's in Houston, June 5th through, we're all gonna be there like June 5th through 7th. If you're at the rank of director, I know all of us are getting in like June 3rd to be ready for that because it's a director day on June 4th. But yeah, Houston, Texas, the 5th through the 7th. And yeah, guys, make it happen. I think we have 50 people from this team in our convention chat. We're all getting a shirt Okay, some swag. We're all getting a hat, so make sure you've got your stuff grabbed in time. I know the shirts did take a couple weeks to get in, so make sure you get those in time. And then Alex and I just kind of finalized things with the videographer, so we're gonna have somebody almost like following us around. At the event, at the Airbnb. We're renting out a studio. So details to come on the times with all that, but that's going to be awesome. They actually agreed to give us all the raw footage, which most videographers don't do that because they don't want their work out there like not edited and perfected. But that was one thing I was like, no, listen, we all want to have access to make our own reels and stuff out of it. So, yeah, so definitely, if you are coming, we have a dress code in there for the studio. We want to look like bad bitches, okay? Business professional, sexy, feminine, like you're going on a job interview, you're going to present to a board of directors, all dressed up, an all black outfit, like blazer, pantsuit, dress suit, whatever you want to do. Obviously, the men, you can wear a blazer outfit. You don't have to wear heels or anything like that. But then we're gonna do an all neutral outfit as well. And then our shot collar t-shirts that we're all ordering with our swag hat, we'll have jeans, all that details in the convention chat. So make sure you're in there. And yes, I think let's go ahead and move on in to Miss Kiki Petty. Has agreed to join with us tonight. And just her and I are both very type B. I met Kiki actually when I first joined, what, 9, 10 months ago. And then I started following her on Instagram and I loved her vibe. I felt very aligned with her style of doing things. She's funny. If you ever watch her reels, like she's aggressively funny as well. Like she's like the right amount of aggressive, like not overbearing, but like she has no problem being bold and putting it out there about her peptide journey and just the business opportunity. And she's exploded. She's at the top of the company, advanced executive rank. And yeah, so she's amazing. I would love, Kiki, would you just first kind of share your story with us? I was saying she's type B because, which I love, because we both were asked to speak together on a panel in Cancun and we were not prepared. We were like, they want us to meet ahead of time and plan this. And both of us were like, nah, let's just wing it. So then same thing for tonight. I was like, we're just gonna talk and be conversational and not be, PowerPoint presenters. Um, and then yeah, so anyway, sorry, I was muting somebody. But okay, so Kiki, tell us about your story of how you got in. I would love to know your network marketing, kind of direct sales, online sales journey. And then how you came across Ellie and peptides and kind of just take us there first, and then we'll just bounce off each other.
First of all, I have to say I'm coming over to your team because you guys are doing it right. Like you got the videographer coming, you got swag, you guys have a whole vibe. I freaking love it. So, and I love these weekly calls. Like y'all, I don't actually do this for my team. So when Dell asked me, I was like, I'm gonna hear what she does over here. I love how we can all grow differently in this company, and there's no right or wrong way, but I love community and connection. So thank you all for having me. I'm excited to chat. And yes, so type B, like I just can talk to people and just be real, but you ask me to plan something out and I'm like, that's not my jam. So let's back it up. How did I get started in all this? Well, I do have a background with a couple different network marketing businesses. First, I'll just say I'm a mom. That's kind of my primary job. I have 3 kids. I've got a 18-year-old college freshman. I have an 11-year-old daughter and a 7-year-old daughter. And I'm married to my awesome husband. And we have 2 adorable Shih Tzus that I'm obsessed with. And we live in Nashville. So I am a Southern girl. I grew up in Kentucky. I don't know, Giselle, are you from New York? I hear an accent. I will say I lived in New York City for a few years after college, but for the most of my life, I've been a Southerner. So I identify Southern, let's put it that way. And many years in my 20s and my 30s, I was over 250 pounds. So like obesity, big for me in my life story. just a lot of health hangups, you know, sugar addiction, binge eating disorder, just struggle bus. Okay. And I did a lifestyle program in 2020, which is also a network marketing company called Optavia. And it did change my life. I lost 70 pounds. Immediately just started getting recognized for that huge change. And I started coaching, is what they call it, coach, with the company. And I had never really done, I dabbled with Rodan and Fields. You know, I didn't really build a business with them, but I never built a big business until joining Optavia. And it just, you know, COVID, post COVID, the timing was kind of there, which I didn't realize. It just exploded. And so I built a pretty big business. So I thought at the time, nothing is as big as what I'm doing now. But I was making some good money and was kind of getting the hang of what this whole network marketing thing was about. And so I did that for 4 years. But what happened was I started to change. My body started to change. I started entering perimenopause. And that combined with the fact that Optavia is an extremely low calorie prepackaged meal plan, it was no bueno for my body. And I started to feel like shit and gain weight and just really struggle. And so I was like, I think there's got to be more tools that I can add in my toolkit. Coincided with the timeline that Optavia had partnered with a telehealth called LifeMD to offer GLP-1. But that was seen as a very, very bad, very shameful choice. And I witnessed in real time people really bad mouthing the shot. And in the back of my mind, because again, I've struggled so badly with obesity my whole life, I'm like, dang, that sounds kind of good. Like, I wish I could learn a little bit more about that, but not get shamed. And so I just kind of like tucked that away in my brain. And I started to sell some other supplements. Well, Optavia did not like that. And long story short, I got the boot from that company. I was given 24 hours to decide if I was going to stay. I got a cease and desist letter. They sent all kinds of lawyers after me to basically make me get off of my social media. So I was like, peace out, because I don't roll like that. And I decided to start a whole new social media account, which is what I use now, Midlife Glow with Kiki. And I just started to grow my platform, just talking about stressed out mom struggles, perimenopause, like what I was going through. I love meme reels. Anybody else like to share a good meme reel? I mean, I have literally probably 20 meme reels that are over 1 million views. Like, that is how I built this account prior to Ellie. So fast forward a couple years, still struggle busting with perimenopause, and I decided to start tirzepatide. I got over all the shame that I saw people throwing around, and I was like, I'm just going to do this thing. And I did it in secret, admittedly. I didn't share about it for a while. But I also knew that I could change people's lives by sharing about it. Like, I felt that in my soul. And so I started to actively look for affiliate opportunities. I was like, okay, I've built this platform. I'm feeling amazing. I'm changing my life. I want to help people. Well, actually, she found me. And this is where I want you to take note of how this happened, because this is, I think, truly the pivotal point that has led me to build so big with Ellie. I'm going to get a drink of water really quick so I can explain this. I had been posting those meme reels, like I said, and Vanessa Joy, you might know her. She is on Team Joy. She shared one of my reels, okay? And she likes to put these Friday funnies in her stories. And so she shared my reel. And so anytime someone shares any of my content, I message them, thank you so much for sharing. You know, does this relate to you? Or can you relate to this? Something like that. And we just started this little conversation. And I don't know how that went from, I need to look back at the messages, honestly, but somehow I revealed that I was using GLP-1. And she said, oh my gosh, I am with this brand new company. This was September 2024. And, we're doing, all these, we're going to do more. And she said, we're going to have hormones. And I was just like, oh, tell me more. And then she said it was a network marketing compensation model. And I was like, oh, snap, sign me up, because I know the power of that. And I was just in. I was totally in. So this is the part that I really think, and Del, I'm just talking. So if you have questions you want to interject, I will slow it down. But this is where, and I tell my team this too. I have built this business the way I have because I believe there are people just like I was who are looking for me. I truly believe out in the interwebs, there are thousands of people who are already maybe using a GLP-1 or other peptides, and they're feeling different. They're changing their freaking life. And they're like, I bet there's a way I could monetize this. I bet there's a way I could help some people. And so the way I have decided to grow this, I do have customers. I hang out around 8 to 10,000 in volume, but I'm not like a super baller, like some people in the company. And I love those people. I have those people on my team. Kathy is on here. She's one of those people with a very high PV. But I have a good amount of clients, but I have built by looking for people who are looking for me online. And I'm happy to share exactly how I do that, but I'll pause now and let you ask me another question.
No,
That was a lot.
I would love for you to share that actually. And I'm sure everybody would love that because so like you and Kathy knew each other though before, right? Or
So I knew Kathy. Kathy didn't know me. Kathy
okay.
is a midlife influencer, and she talks all about like menopause and belly fat. And
So
I
tell
followed
us how
her.
you got her. I would love to know, and I think it's important for everybody to hear. Like, how did you get like some of your strongest people? How did you recruit them?
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so Kathy's a great example. So I basically had followed Kathy for a while. I felt synergies with her content. I vibed with her. I interacted with her content probably for, I don't know, like a year. She probably has no idea that I did. That's what's so funny. I mean, she's great. Not that she doesn't know that people are like connecting with her, but we weren't like best friends or anything like that, right? We were in each other's orb or whatever. So I had seen that she had been with Modere, which is another network marketing company that just like up and closed the door one day. And I was just like, oh. So I knew that she was probably being inundated by people all up in the DMs. Hey, girl, that kind of thing. So I didn't just jump on it like the minute it happened, but something on her story or a post was just like, okay, that's going to be my in. So I kind of waited for the right time. Waited for the right time. And I slid into her DMs, and I don't remember exactly the wording, but authentic me, not a copy paste, no copy paste here. I basically was like, hey, I know you are going through something with, losing your business. So sorry about that. I also know you're a nurse practitioner. Are you familiar with peptides? Are you aware of, and maybe Kathy can chime in. Maybe she remembers. But basically, she kind of told me to F off. Like, she kind of gave me like a little bit of like, I don't need you or whatever. No, she's very sweet, Kathy. I love you to death. But like, it wasn't like immediate, like, yes, tell me, I want to join. I had to do a little like judging of the conversation. But when I get my teeth into something and I believe there's a synergy, like I said, I don't give up. So have some tenacity to me. And so she basically was like, well, I said, would you like to maybe speak with the CEO? Because we do that for, kind of our top influencer people. That's a possibility. So and she's like, yeah, but I'm only going to do this if I can work directly with corporate. And I was like, yeah, we're not going to do that. That's ridiculous. We don't do that. And she's like, well, I really feel like I bring a lot to the table. So I'd like to do that. Anyway, long story short.
Damn, Kathy.
Yeah. You didn't know that about her.
Oh my God, that's
But
hilarious.
I told her, listen, you need me. You need someone who can guide you, who can be your champion in your corner, I have, resources. I have experience. I pitched myself right back at her. So again, I am bold. I don't take a no. I am not shy. I am not a spammer. I definitely am very strategic. She's going to come on and correct the record. Is any of this true, Kathy? What are you going to say back at it? She's at the gym. Okay. Are you trying to say
She's
something?
muted. Kathy, you're muted.
Unmute. No, Kiki was persistent. She said, "Why would you do this by yourself? Like, you're a fool." She really did. She was very firm. She was very, like, you see Kiki and she's all like sweet and like pink and cute, but she was like, "Bitch, why would you do this by yourself? Like, I have all the systems. I was MLM, PTSD. So yeah. Yes. Thank you, Kiki. You convinced me.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, I don't believe in being timid in this opportunity. And I'm just going to circle this back around, Del, because what I share with my team and what I will share with you guys here is like, this is the freaking opportunity of your lifetime.
Yep.
Like, there's nothing else in the space of network marketing or in just health and wellness that is what we have here. So every minute that I hold back on this or be shy or think I'm not good enough to talk to that person, somebody else freaking will. Okay. And I am not going to have it. I decided that this is too good and I'm worth it. And I am not special. Okay. I've done a few of these businesses, but I've never built to the top of a company. I've never had, I think we're almost at 1,000 brand partners on my team right now.
Wow.
We did like 430K last month. I have never done that. Now let me circle back to Optavia. So I said I built a big business. The biggest business that I had there in 4 years was $64,000 DV in a month.
Wow.
So
and you're doing 400 and what right now?
Like 440 last month.
Oh my gosh. Like $500,000 a month. That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I just want anybody listening, like, you can do this, whether you're day one, this is the first business you've ever done, like the LEMD opportunity. And by the way, what Team Joy and your team here, the resources, I know Alex is like a ninja over there with all the stuff he does. Like, you guys have so much at your disposal that there's no reason to hold back. Like, this is the time, and what I've built here is doable and replicatable for every one of you. Like, I truly, truly believe that. And what we're doing here with Ellie at the moment is going to be like this much of what we're actually going to do in 2, 5, 10 years. So, just go run. Like, that's the real deal.
Would you say you're a good mix of like attraction marketing and being the one to reach out first, like how you did with Kathy? Like, do you like your strongest people, are they finding you through your content, or are you seeing somebody you want to work with like Kathy and being like, hey, come do this with me? Like, what would you say you kind of fall?
Okay, so perfect example. I'm both. I'm definitely both. And I didn't know I was both until I have another leader who's about to go executive probably this month. Her name's Vanessa Romero. And her account on Instagram is Hey Perry Menopause. And her husband is Tom Nicola, who you might have heard. He's led on a couple like men's health calls. Literally this week last year, actually next week last year, I was in Disney with my daughter for a cheer competition, and I was just like taking a break or whatever, and it was like, you have a new enrollee on your team. And I said to my husband, I was like, oh, I've got a new brand partner, cool. And I was like, I don't remember talking to somebody like today. Who is this? And it was Vanessa. And I was like, hey, just saw you join my team, and never talked to her. Didn't know who she was. And I'm like, how did you find me? And she had searched microdosing network marketing, and I came up on Google. like, I don't even know, Google or Instagram. Somehow I came out, me and another girl that you know well, Dell, also an advanced director. She will be nameless for this example, but there was me and this other girl, and our names came up, and she, I guess, went to our pages, and she just felt more aligned with my content. I'm talking perimenopause. Her account is Hey Perimenopause. So she jived with me and she joined me.
And
now
she's about to be $100,000 leg.
Yeah. So I would say that my content does a pretty good job of attracting. I do have several other examples of people just drop it in my inbox.
Yeah.
Or they've had someone refer them, like, hey, you should talk to this girl. I saw she does this. So I think it's really important. And I will say, I did not lead with business until probably the last 6 months. So when she joined me, I didn't really even talk about business on my page. So again, this is a great way for me to circle back again. I keep saying circle back. Sorry, that's really annoying. Loop back to what I said earlier, which is there are people looking for you. Even if you're not shouting, this is a business. There's people who are like, I have a ton of coaches, integrative practitioners, chiropractors, pharmacists, like medical people, but also like fitness people, coaches, just people who understand that this is a huge health and wellness business and they're looking for this opportunity. So
love it. Okay. I have one question and then I'm going to open it up to everybody to ask you. So we have time for that. But, okay. I want you to talk to us about something that I feel like I notice with myself. Okay. I'll just say it. The more pigs in the pen, the more shit you got to clean up. Right. And I say this based on like, the bigger your team grows or the bigger your business grows, right? I'm not calling the team pigs, but it's just an analogy that the bigger things
You can't
grow,
take that back. It's too late.
it's too late. No, I would love for you to talk to us about how you kind of went from maybe somebody who was managing a sales team that was doing, $60,000 a month is still amazing. But that shift, that growth to now managing a $500,000 sales team. Talk to us about the mindset shift of like going from almost like employee mindset to CEO, because I feel like it's very easy here, and myself included, where you get wrapped up in the bullshit, like, oh, customer service this, my customer that, and wah, right? And those are valid emotions, but like, how do you stay in that CEO mindset and you're like, listen, we're going to get through it no matter what comes our way. Like, we're going to build this big. We're going to stay resilient. Can you kind of share a little bit about that and your mindset, how it's changed over growth?
Oh, that's a really good question. Well, a couple things you said kind of triggered me a little bit.
Great. I'm not calling you a pig.
No, not that part. Not that part. More like, I don't see myself managing anybody, and I don't see myself in a role, and I don't think I ever have and I was very conscious of ensuring in my own brain before I began that I wasn't going to push or pull or drag anybody or enable anybody's behavior. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm very much like, if you come to me with the desire and the goal, like, I am there with you, girl. I am like 110,000% going to meet you and we're going to do this together. If you're doing your business 40%, like, I'll give you 40%. So, I mean, I just really I don't take on anybody else's shit. I mean, I just don't. And I think that's from day one. I've just kind of been like, I let my team know, like, this is your business. You can make it. And I literally say this on my onboarding calls. Like, I'm not here to tell you what you're going to do. You're here to tell me what you want, and I'll tell you what it's going to take, and I'll be there with you to run towards that. So the customer service, that's a whole other thing. So yes, we've had some moments in this company like where it's been a lot And so I actually did have kind of a little bit of a come to Jesus with myself in a way, because I was at that, I'm talking about in the fall when we were transitioning, our pharmacy and our doctor network. And it was all the emails coming to me like, I need help with this. And so I created, this is where my brain goes, Del, is I create resources that people can take on for themselves. So I created a support document. It's like, if this is going on, this is step 1, step 2, step 3. You gotta do these steps before you come to me. So I'm very much like empowering my team to help themselves.
Yeah.
And I just feel like any leader, we don't do our team a service if we boost them up. Like, I will champion you, but I'm not gonna like push you across. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like you're not gonna baby people and condone the lack mindset. That's
Yeah.
essentially what I wanted you to kind of say too, so people could hear. Because we have a lot of upcoming leaders, people who are like really starting to, director, senior director. They have teams, they're managing people, and
Amazing.
when you're first new to that, sometimes you can really take on a lot of shit that you shouldn't necessarily take on because you feel so responsible for people. But I love what you said. Like, you're not managing anybody. Like, you're meeting them where they're at, and you're not holding space for
Right.
the victim mentality, the bullshit. Like, we're all here with one common goal, and we're gonna get through it together positively and stay the course. So,
And on that same point about scarcity or lack mindset, like, I have always really believed with this business in particular, because of the caliber of people that are attracted to Ellie, that like if one person is dragging a team down or dragging me down, like, I don't need them. Like, I
yeah,
really believe that the team that is meant to grow will. And if someone is a negative Nancy, or they're, just very like very needy, like, they're only going to get to here, right? And I don't need you to get where I'm going, because I'm going to make it happen. And so if you are a leader, up and coming leader, or someone who wants to grow something, like, I just encourage you to have that mindset at all times, because I promise you, and I learned this in a past business and I believe it's true. The people who got you to where you are today are not the people who are going to get you to your next level. And so if there's people that are dragging you down where you're at, go find the new that are going to help you get to the next place. Love on the people. They might be in a moment. Like, I definitely have people on my team that, it's a season. Like, I mean, I myself have actually had a season. My daughter was just diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, came out of nowhere in December 30th. We were in the ICU,
yeah,
and it has been a really rough few months, to be honest. And I have taken a step back in a lot that I used to be just like, forward thinking in. And so I recognize that that happens in everybody's life. So if someone is maybe having a moment, like, I don't just be like, bye. Like, I just
right.
love on them where they're at, but I'm not going to push or pull you to get a goal that I need. And I'm
Yeah.
also not going to let you drag me down with your negativity. So I think a leader is someone that recognizes that there is abundance, and you can always find more people that are like-minded. And I really feel like my team, I mean, 99% of my team are people that like I genuinely like. Like, I'm
Yeah.
actually shocked by it. It's
No.
amazing.
I say that too because I've built teams before this, and I literally would have moments where I'm like, I'm attracting the wrong kind of people. And then here, I think because I'm so aligned with, what we offer and the vision and everything with this company, I mean, my team knows I absolutely adore them. Like, I love the people that we have on this team, the group. Like, it's just a completely different vibe because you're attracting what you put out there for sure. So if you're putting out, we were just talking about this on our office hour. Somebody was like, I just seem to keep recruiting Karens. I'm like, well, maybe you got to adjust your messaging a little, give off a more fun, freeing vibe. You're going to attract more fun, free people. But yeah, no, I love all of that. Okay, let's open up for questions. I know some of y'all are definitely dying to pick Kiki's brain. Yes, Giselle, go for it.
Kiki, you're freaking amazing. Okay, thank you so much for like all your wisdom. Okay, I have a question. So, as you were talking about the peri, pre-peri, first of all, I never even knew that existed until I was in it, right?
Right.
So obviously I'm in full-blown menopause. I think for me, as you were talking, I don't have symptoms anymore because I started TERS and yeah, I don't. So I think that has caused me to almost forget that, like focus on me and not the other. So how would you suggest or encourage that should I, start with that content and how would you go about it? Because I talk about it, but I really talk about it like in stories and stuff, like how it's helped me but I haven't made any like content on it or like where it can drive people in because so many people, and it's not even just you have to be 40 and over. Like I know people in peri and pre that are in their 30s, so I think the misconception is it has to be like a certain age.
Well, if that's, do you want to tap into those ladies? Like, is that a niche that you really feel connected to, that you feel like you can authentically talk about? Is that what you want to be attracting, is women who are seeking solutions for those symptoms?
I think my niche is just helping anyone that needs solutions, but I know what you're asking. I think where I'm in my own head is since I'm not experiencing it anymore, like am I
Right.
sir, you know what I'm saying? Like I always want to present authentic, but I can bring it from a space of where I was before it helped me.
Well, so there's two things going on here. Number one is I think it's super important that whatever niche that you want to attract and the people that you want to help, like you need to be like really emotionally tied to that. And so I get exactly what you're saying because a lot of my symptoms are kind of better now and I feel like I'm a totally different person. I'm not in that stuck place. I look different, I act different, very different than like 3-4 years ago, but I'm still able to tap into it in my content and speak to that version of myself. So essentially, we're all trying, most of us are trying to help the version of us that's like 5 steps behind. And so to do that, we have to like put ourselves back in that space. And so if you really feel like you, and the other thing is that we're dealing with what you just asked me is, if you're saying that I'm just here to help anybody who needs help, like I would suggest that you get a little bit more focused and pick kind of one avatar. Like, I don't know, does that make sense? Because if we're going to help everybody, it's hard to do that. Like, because you're talking to so many different needs and wants and behaviors. Whereas if you get really, really specific on, okay, it is that woman in her late 30s that just woke up and realized she's like in a terrible mood and is raging her family, and literally she puts her feet on the floor and she's exhausted, yet she fought for sleep all night, and she feels fluffy when she pulls her pants on. Like, you got to like get in there with that emotion and be able to tell that story a lot. But if that's not something that you feel like you want to do, then maybe there's another niche that you want to dive into that you're more tied to now. So
okay, that makes sense.
I don't know if that was helpful.
No, it totally was. It's a part of, but I do get it. I think where it stumps me is like I don't want, I just have to be okay with serving.
You got to go back to her. You got to go back to that version of you.
Yeah.
And then just so you know, I literally have had this conversation in my own head lately. because I'm such an after right now. Like I'm kind of tired of myself. Like I'm like, okay, you look good, you're thin, you're having this amazing life and making all this money doing this job. And it's like, no, I want to attract the girl like 2 years ago that was like fluffy and broke. Like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
Giselle, it's like my divorce content. I'm obviously very moved on from that and happy, but I am still very much marketing around divorce because that is like the person I'm trying to connect with and attract because who was it? Kathy just said, yeah, you always market to the version of you before you got to where you are and you don't have the symptoms anymore and you lost the weight and you feel and look amazing. You want to always speak to the woman that you used to be. And so, but it can get exhausting at times. I find myself too. Like I literally had that thought earlier today. I'm like, sometimes I'm so damn sick of putting out videos of me crying and fat. Like I don't know, but it works. It does. It works. And those are how you're going to connect with the people that are going to relate to you and how you've overcome those symptoms and you're where you are now because of that. So I would definitely encourage you to hone on that. And the fact that you are in your 50s and look like how you do, you are a gold mine
Yeah.
for people in that like age range to be like, oh my gosh, wait, she uses what to look like what she does right now? She doesn't have hot flashes anymore. Like I would be all up in that niche.
If you're not tired of telling your own story, you haven't told it enough. You don't
That's
think
very
Honey's told her same damn story every single time she travels and speaks? She's talking about her mom leaving Iran. She's talking about her parents. Like she's told that story 1,000. The same with Dell. I'm sure Kiki. I'm sure Kathy. Get tired of telling your story because it's literally what's going to bring the other people on.
Yeah, and Kathy just said, say your age. And Kathy is a marketing genius, by the way, guys. If you don't follow her, definitely look her up. But yeah, I would be like,
Midlife Inspo is her account. Midlife Inspo. And she does 50, like ladies in their 50 content. So like definitely follow
yeah,
her.
Giselle, you
So
should literally go on there and do a video and be like, I'm a 51-year-old looking like I'm 35 because
yes.
and like get into it.
I
Like
know.
guess my age. Like I would play on that a lot.
And the fact that I have adult, kids. Like
Yeah.
my kids are 31, 28, and 19. So, but I'm
Yeah.
still mothering, so it's like, yeah.
Amy
But
White's
thank you,
whole niche
Kathy.
is about having like she has like 4 boys and a daughter. Her whole niche is about raising boys. If you yeah, you know Amy White, I think, but she's on our
Yeah, yes,
team.
I do. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Wait, what's
she
Kathy's Instagram?
midlife inspo.
Okay. Thank you, Kiki. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Okay, who else has a question?
I do. I just have two questions, and one's probably you're just like, wow, but no, seriously, where did you find those meme reels? Because like I see people do that, and I think it's really smart. Like I've kind of taken them from like a couple other people, but I also like are those like in CapCut? Like, are you seeing them on other people's feeds? And then I also, that's something I need to learn how to do. I don't know how to take their video and save it without their stuff on it. So yeah, that's one of my questions. And then my other question is well, it's really a statement, I think, is that's so amazing. So that girl, the one you were talking about that's almost executive, so she found you and you weren't even really promoting the business, but she searched up like network marketers or something. That's
You
is it
searched
like
up
in your bio?
microdosing.
Is it like in your
No,
bio
so
or on your
literally
name?
like
Like
a huge part of my team has come to me like without I never had anything about the business. Like
by looking up network
honestly,
marketers?
Maybe it was a
yeah.
hashtag or something.
That is so cool. No, seriously, that's
I
awesome.
honestly don't know. I majority of the ones that have found me passively, I think it was they I'm just trying to think about different people. A lot of the like health coaches, practitioners, like I have a lot of medical people and I'm
Mm.
not medical. So I actually really need to dive into that because my bio has changed many times
Yeah,
over
you
the
should though, so
month.
that way you can figure out how you're getting them because that's I mean,
But
especially if you have
I
medical
will tell
people
you
too.
one of the methods that I have, and I've trained on this. Dell, were you? No, you weren't at that retreat in Fort Lauderdale last fall. Well, anyway, so one of the things that I do, and I know this call's almost over, so I'll be quick, but like I look for big accounts in a niche that I'm in or I want to be in. So like for me, perimenopause. So there's like, thought leaders in the category. So like Dr. Mary Claire Haver is one that like she's a menopause OBGYN or gynecologist. And anyway, a thought leader, somebody with a big account, they're sharing stuff. I go in the comments and what I do is I look for names of people commenting on that person's reel. And I usually just look at a name that I vibe with, whether it's like, oh, they're a health coach or, I just like their name or they have a blue check. Sometimes it's a blue check mark, sometimes it's not. And I just go and I peruse their page. And if their comment speaks to me, like if they said something really intelligent or funny, I'm like, oh, who's that person? So I spend like some time weekly kind of doing this little investigation on comment sections. And then I go to those people's pages and I follow them and I usually interact with their stories or their content. And then that's it. I don't go into the DM right then on that day. I just let the algorithm kind of keep showing me these new people that I've added to my follower list I've followed. And then over time, they reveal themselves to me. That's literally it. Again, the people who are looking for me, they reveal themselves to me. So I have this other girl she's a senior manager. So she hasn't built personally to director above, but she's got a rockin' business because she has a senior director and two other directors under her now. There's a massive team and a huge DV, and she's just kind of slowly working her way up. But she is an integrative health coach, and I followed her through a comment. I have like probably 20 people like this on my team or more. And then the algorithm showed me something that she posted after, I don't know, could have been weeks or months after me following her. And I was like, oh, I liked that girl. Yeah, let me see. And then I wait till I feel like there's been enough connection and enough me liking their post and me going in their story and maybe they've commented
And then
on
at
something
that
I've
point, like,
shared.
are you, and I'm just curious, and I feel like you said this in Cancun, but at that point you send a voice clip, right? Like if you feel like there's a resonation there or whatever, you're not like sending and I understand it's not script, regardless if it was text, but are you
I
sending a voice
actually don't
clip?
start with a voice clip.
Okay.
I personally am weirded out when people start with a voice clip. I feel like it's like a personal, like I don't know. I'm just like, oh, like I don't know. So I usually don't start with
Okay,
the
no,
first one
I'm
as a
glad
voice
you
clip.
said that because I mean, what if I'm reaching out to someone like Kiki and they're like, "Oh my God." So,
I mean, I don't like hold it against them, but it's just not how I typically
mhm.
start.
Okay.
I wouldn't hold it against you, but like I don't feel comfortable getting in someone's personal space with the voice clip. Like
Mhm.
I feel like that's a little intimate. That's just
Mhm.
me. That's just me. But I do then do a message and then I am very patient. Okay. If I could give you any advice when you are recruiting on the internet, like just know that what's meant for you will come to you and it doesn't have to happen today. And if you are consistently doing this nurturing of the algorithm and you're consistently interacting with like-minded people, the interwebs are going to bring you the people. And I really, truly can honestly say now that is exactly how I've built to advanced executive. Like
Well,
I
thank you
really
so
did
much.
that.
That's awesome. And then the last thing for real, where did you find the meme reels? Is that
Oh
like
yeah.
on CapCut?
So I created a digital product a few years ago when I was going viral so much. And so I'm happy to send you that. But just in a nutshell, the memes, again, type B girly here. I don't like to do a lot of work. I do not create them in CapCut. I find a meme I like and you press the three dots on that reel. And if they allow it, some people don't allow their work to be remixed, but if they do, you hit remix and then you have to add your own text on top of that reel. So you can't just remix and post as is. So then I put my own hook on top of their text, on top of their hook.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Like it's literally that simple.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm gonna ask you something, Kiki, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
We got a few more minutes here. And it may be a two-parter unless it goes quick, but what do you think changed from your last like mindset wise between your last company and Ellie? Like, what do you think something like shifted in your mind in terms of whether it was like work ethic or implementing systems or marketing, whatever the case may be? What do you think kind of shifted to have the success here that you have versus your last company?
I knew exactly what it was because when I was there, I was like, I can do this shit. I can totally be the top of this company. I knew it inside me. I was like, I have what it takes. I'm dynamic. I have the work ethic. I attract people. I know I could do it. Okay. But I did not have an opportunity that had what we have here at Ellie. So honestly, when I saw Ellie, I was like, that's it. I'm doing it. I had no doubt that this would be where I would head because I'm not going to stop until I get where I want to be, number one. And you have to have that belief. And that does not mean I don't have days where I literally think I'm hideously ugly. People hate me. Nobody wants to join my team. I'm a terrible leader. I do horrible Zooms. Like, I literally am that girl like 80% of the time. But I still believe that I can get to where I need to be by sheer will, grit. Like, I'm going to do it. Okay. So I believed, but I didn't have the right timing and the right vehicle. And then when I found the right vehicle with the right timing, it's freaking magic. And that's why I tell you guys, like, don't sit on this. Like, and by the way, I did not have the skills, like all the skills I needed. I still don't have all the skills I need. Like, I am a student. Like, I lean in, I learn. Like, I want to know what you guys are doing. I want to know what other people are doing. Like, I am not someone that just thinks I got it all figured out because I really don't. And none of us do. We could be better together. I can learn from other people, but I'm going to work hard. And so, with this opportunity and the desire to reach a goal, like in leaning into learning and, failing forward, like you can do it. Anybody can.
Damn.
Dave, you had one more part to it. You had.
Yeah, I mean that was good. I was gonna add because you said you've built. I mean, you're at the top of the company right now, but you said you don't do Zooms. You don't do. You don't have a lot of the resources that we have. So, what do you think? Like, how do you do it without doing a big old community or whatnot, and doing the things that we have going?
So I do have resources. So that was one of the things that I think, as an example, Kathy was attracted to. So before Team Joy built out their CRM, and I know you guys have a different CRM, I developed my own and offered that to people. I created digital guide, like digital products, lead magnets. So I've got like a peptide stacking guide and a microdosing guide and a GLP-1 guide and protein guide. I created all that I offered to my team before all this meta craziness. I had like social media graphics. Like I have a design background and I love digital marketing and I have a lot of skills in that area. So I sort of offered things more than just was offered by Ellie before Ellie started doing that. So that was one thing. The team meetings, a little bit of PTSD from my old company. We had like boot camps all the time and these like very lengthy, like, calls constantly. And I just decided with this business, like, I'm going to do it my way. And that if it, like Beth Graves always says, if it doesn't bring you joy, like, you don't have to, like, everybody can build their team the way they want. And so I don't know. I've attracted people who are good with the way I lead. And again, I feel like you attract like-minded people. So there's people that love in-person events. There's people that love doing trainings. There's people that love community. I'm a little bit more of a homebody and don't really like being with people that much. So I've got a lot of people on my team that just like the way I do it. And I think the beauty is that you can create exactly the business that you want and have success. And it doesn't have to look like somebody else. And so I just do it my way. I don't know how else to put that.
No, that's amazing, and I encourage everybody to kind of take take those words and do things that like utilize what you have, but implement it the way that you want to.
Yes.
Appreciate you, Kiki. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. This was amazing. I think my biggest like overall theme of you is you're so damn convicted, you know? And we've talked about that too. We're like, are you all in or are you kind of dabbling? Are you, you know, because you're going to get paid at whatever level of commitment you are to this opportunity. And you've heard her say, it's not perfect. She has, you know, family shit that happens that throws her off a little bit. She doubts herself at times, but her belief in herself and what she has her hands on here does not waver, and she's all in. And that's what it comes down to. And I think that's the biggest thing, that if you're not where you want to be, you got to be all in. You got to really believe in it, visualize it, and don't stop until you get there. So, anyways, Keeks, thank you so much. This was amazing. I really appreciate you doing this. I'll get the recording sent to you too, so if you want to share it with your team. But yeah,
Thank you.
thank
Thank you
you
for
so
having
much.
me and for all the
Of
great
course.
questions. This has
Yeah,
been
this was good.
super fun. I don't lead calls, but I like to be on them. So thanks. I
Of
do
course.
lead like biz ops and power of the peptide. Just so you know, it's not like I don't do anything. I just don't do like regular trainings and huddles and things like that. Again, Team Joy, we've got stuff. I lean into what's
Yeah.
there. Don't reinvent the wheel too. That's another tip.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, guys, make sure to check her out too, because that's my biggest tip is study people who are crushing it and take what resonates with you from each person and make it your own. So, okay. Thanks, Keeks. You guys have a good rest of your night. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.